Hello everyone, Little Cake Goo here, and today is the 5th episode of Making Your First Game in Unity, the game. And in this episode, in the last one, we got things to work. We made the collectibles, we made the gravity finally work after so long. We added in a background, they made a level, and as you can see, it's all kinds of fun. So now, today, we're going to add in a skull counter. And as you can see, I already have things set up. But you're going to want to press the 2D button here and zoom out a whole lot. Because, what is this doing? So we're going to go under UI. And you can download TextMesh Pro on the Asset Store. I definitely suggest it. It works very well. But for today, I'll tell you why you don't use this in a second. So we're going to create a new text. And under here's where you can name it. We're going to say score 10. And then you can do all sorts of stuff here. You can change the color around. You can change the font size. I'm going to change it to 36. Oh, and you got to do this if you want it to work that way. And yeah. So, you might be scared off after we created that text. You see, if you go under UI, you can create a canvas, which is this. And what this is that, it makes it so, is basically where everything is. But before we start, we're going to want to go scale screen size to this, go 600 by 900. So now we go into here, you see it works pretty nicely. Okay, so we're going to drag this up here, and then we're going to anchor this. And then you have an event system. Now, it just takes in these inputs, and if you didn't mess with the inputs inside the project settings, if you didn't mess with these, change the names, or delete any, you should be fine. But for me, I always delete some. I delete the ones that I don't need, usually. But yeah. So, this, how it works is that it makes it so your buttons work. Sounds a little bit strange, but, what happens is that if you don't have it, your buttons won't respond. So if we drag that there, press play. Good, we have some text showing up right there. Now you can do things to make it look a lot nicer. You can do shaders, which I am not particularly good with. But now, Little Cake, you might be saying, it doesn't change school whenever I hit one. Well, that's because we need to do some coding inside of Visual Studio, of course. So we're going to want to create a new script. And I'm going to call it UI, let's say, school. So let's go inside of here, and it's just Visual Studio. You know, we've done some coding here beforehand. Well, before, and it's just normal. Just recalibrate it, and yeah, I'm weird. Except today we're going to introduce this new thing. It's called the using tags. So up here you'll see that there are these things called using blank blank blank. Using Unity Engine is using Unity Engine. You always want to have it when coding in Unity. But we're going to add in a new tag. Type in not Unity Editor but Unity Engine and put in UI. Okay, so there's a reason we're doing this. So what we're doing is that we are using the Unity Engine's built-in UI functions. So, what we're going to do is that we're going to put in public text and call it score. So this is literally just a variable called text. Now, yeah. So what we're going to do is that we're going to want to type in score plus text. My typing skills are on point today. Equals, and then we're going to do this, type in score. And you're going to want to add in a space. And right here, we're going to add in plus score. Yeah. Except there's one problem. If we save this, go into Unity, go into text, we're going to want to go into the player, because that's where we're going to have the script in the first place. We're going to go into here, and we're going to drag in this text, which I'm going to rename into score. Oh, and by the way, you can rename things up here. I don't know if I explained that. So, yeah. It should be there, and if we press play, we've got a little bit of a problem. Let's see what this problem is. So if we click maximum on play off, you can see that it added another version of itself. It just said score again. So, what we're going to want to do for this is that we're going, now you might be thinking, but it's the score of the game. It should work. Well, inside of here is the score integer. So, we're going to want to go into here, create a player controller variable called controller. So what this is that it just accesses the sprites, these inside of here if they're marked public. If they're not marked public, then you should be fine. And we're gonna type in controller.getComponent player controller. Okay, so what I just did is that we're getting this, and it is going to equal getComponent inside of the same game object. Oops, sorry, my mouse is acting weird today. I'm definitely gonna set that in. So it's gonna get the script player controller on the game object that this script is on. So now what we're gonna want to do is that we're gonna put in controller dot score. Now if we hit save and go into Unity, let it load. Press play. Oops. Gotta make it larger. Press play. You see, it works. And it works very well. So now you can add in many things for this. For example, you can add in a pause menu. And now we have a score of 6. Okay. So, I'm going to explain to you why the Text Mesh Pro doesn't work. So, if we create a new Text Mesh Pro and just fiddle around with it, and then go into character, and then drag in text, it doesn't show up. That's because Text Mesh Pro is considered a game object, not a piece of text. Okay, now with everything in place, this is working. And yeah, if you're going to have just plain text, saying like, collect the red orbs. By the way, you got to do that for it to work. Collect the red orbs, and then you make it red. You can really mess around with it. You can make it go like this. You can make it all nice. And then you can go in and, as you can tell, it looks a lot better than the other one, than this. But yeah, you can't change the text, which is, this kind of sucks, but, there's nothing you can do about it. So yeah. So what else are we gonna do today? Well, I want to add in a health system real quick. So, we're gonna copy and paste another one of these back in. I hope that you know what this is. And we're going to call this, let's see what the tags we have on. Well, we're going to create a new tag, and I'm going to call it bad. It's very silly, sure, but that's what we're going to call it. And if it touches the bad, then we're going to create a new integer, whatever you want to call it, called health. And then health is going to equal health minus 1. And then it's going to destroy that game object. But we don't need this. In fact, what I want to do is transform that. Actually, no, we'll just get rid of it. It's good game design because then you won't stumble upon the problem later. Except they need to learn from it. But this is just 3D platformers, so it should be fine. Usually in 3D platformers, it have you kind of scoot back. I'm stumped on what we should do. So yeah, with that health system in check, we can go into here and we can create a new public text and call it health. And we can just copy and paste this in, change this to health, change this to health, change this to health as well. But this time I want to do it to where it says, yeah, I want to do something like that. No. Yeah. So now if we save, go back in, and let's actually create this. So now we do this, copy it, move it over to here, and I want to change it to, let's say, red. And this is just what I like to do. You absolutely do not need to do this at all, really. I just like doing it. Yeah, I need to take that in. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we're going to go Dragon Health, and if we press play, everything's working except health equals 0. So that's a little weird. So we're going to want to copy and paste the score again. As you can guess, health is going to equal, let's say, 3. So you can adjust anything, really. This is your game, and an update, if health equals 0, destroy this game object. Okay, so what this means is that if health equals 0, because if you touch the bad thing, it goes down by 1, then it will destroy this. If we just did this, it would destroy the script, not game object. So it takes the game object and destroys it. That makes it so we don't have to create a game object and assign itself to it. So yeah. Now the real question is, what are we gonna do about these things that you were mentioning? Well, if we press play, you can go around, and you see we don't lose any health. Well, yeah, little KKU, but we want to lose health. Well, that's the thing we're going to do in the next episode. So stay frosty. Yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye.